false light, defamation. I'll tell you what they are. And I'll tell you about the experience that I had with Mark Rober and Jimmy Kimmel, incidentally, to explain what false light is. So, defamation, you have to say something false about someone that defames their character, lowers their reputation in the community. False light is like defamation, but it's a little bit more broad. Is you can put somebody in a false light by not necessarily saying or publishing anything that's false, but you could put them in a scenario that they're not in where they really weren't in it, so it was false. So let me give the example with Mark Rober and Jimmy Kimmel. So I was at a football game in Los Angeles, SoFi Stadium, and I was enjoying the game and had a good time, but there was something going on at halftime. I really couldn't understand what was going on. It was the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl, and Mark Rober was there doing something, and he was walking around with the camera, and apparently they shot something out of a cannon, but we had no idea really like the backstory, and it was really hard to hear them on the microphone what was going on. And so there's the cannon part. So let me show you what's going on. So here we have Jimmy Kimmel. He's got, so this YouTube video Mark Rober had on his Canon, world's largest t-shirt cannon. And so we press play, and there is our friend, Jimmy Kimmel's friend, and they're about to shoot off the cannon. There's Jimmy Kimmel and Mark Rober, this kid he helped build the cannon with. This was all at halftime. We press play. They show SoFi Stadium, and then they're about to shoot off the cannon, and they shot it off, okay? And then they show this shot of people cheering, and this is me right here. So they're making it look like I'm cheering for this cannon thing that shot off at halftime. But if you look right here, there's football players right here. So it wasn't halftime. I wasn't cheering for Jimmy Kimmel. I wasn't cheering for Mark Rober. I was cheering for the football team. They put me in a false light. That's what false light is. But here's the other thing. Do I really have a false light claim? Because it also has to be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. So if I sued Jimmy Kimmel, if I sued Mark Rober, would I win? Probably not, because a judge and a jury, if I presented this to them, they'd probably get caught up on the highly objectionable to a reasonable person. They might be like, hey, okay, it did put you in a false light. You weren't cheering for the cannon. You were cheering for the football team. But is that really highly objectionable to a reasonable person? Probably not. But that's what false light is. So the big problem nowadays is AI. With all those fake AI videos that we see, that's a big deal. So you can get into big trouble if you're posting AI videos or those clips where you take people saying something and you smush them together with other parts they say. That can be false light too, or taking videos out of context like this scenario as well. Or, like for example, say I'm opening the door to a building and they put at the top that I'm going into a strip club or something, but I'm really walking into church. So something like that could be false light. So maybe nothing is false that is said, but they've changed the scenario to put me in a false light. So that's another cause of action that you need to look out for. A cause of action you may not know about. It's a sister of defamation. That's false light.